So, hello everyone. Here we are. Ulas, hello to you. Satric, hello. And Rommel, hello to you. Yeah, I don't expect the normal amount of viewers today as we're flying VFR. Not that many people are interested in VFR flying. But since I'm still practicing for my real world flying this Friday, I opted to ask Reynolds if he wanted to do a group flight again, which he thankfully planned for us. And as always, Reynolds has found a wonderful routing here in the Alps. And we're currently in St. Gallen, Altenrhein. And I remember Reynolds. Hello, first of all, hello Reynolds, and hello Jeremiah here in chat.
Hi, good evening.
Hello, good evening to all.
Hello, hello. And I remember that I actually had a payware scenery for this. Beautiful, beautiful
isn't
scenery.
it Azovo?
I think it's
maybe?
M or something. If I remember correctly.
Maybe.
And Drunk Billy, hello to you. Yeah, so so I do have payware scenery, which should be very nice. Now, one more thing I want to do though, I know right now we've got real time, but I want to have a bit more daytime. But of course, if we arrive somewhere during sunset, it should probably be very beautiful there. So I'm going to set it to like 1900 local time or something. Brendel, do you have an overview how long in total the flight time is?
I think it's 1 hour 30 airtime plus some minutes for our intermediate landing.
Then I'll take it. I'll put it to 1800 local time for now.
Yeah.
Because in the mountains it can be a bit darker in the end. Cool. I am on live weather, and it should be okay.
Yeah.
If not, we'll have to change. But I have to change one more thing though, because now it's taking the live weather from this afternoon. Let's see. Custom. I should be okay. Actually, no. If you then let me just put this. I think this the next day. Then it should load the actual weather we have right now, and not the historic. Okay, cool. Ghost, hello to you. Right, if anybody still wants to join, as you can see, we've got a lot of people joining here on the group flight today. If you can, please try something small. I know Rosk here is here in the A400 doesn't model match correctly. But if you can, some GA, there is a very good freeware or integrated Cessna 172 here in Microsoft Flight Sim. Oh, you need to be awake at 3 AM in the morning. Okay. All right, then maybe not. Cool. Good. All right. Without further ado, I am going to look at this beauty. So I am running the Bagolu 172 mod. Now they have an own website, but I think I downloaded this from the flightsim.to. And so it is a freeware 172. And the cool thing is that I was able to configure this aircraft very close to the one that we've got in our, or that we've got two Cessna 172 in our flying club. And so the one that I'm going to fly on Friday. And so it does allow me to change the layout of the flight deck. And so now it's not one-to-one perfect, but it is not bad. It does represent it somewhat closer, because we do have some electronic artificial horizon and electronic HSI, and the Garmin 430 as well. Also, that's one of the big reasons I wanted to have this this add-on, is because, hey Svenja, wie geht's? Because it has carb heat. And we know that most add-ons, 172 add-ons in the flight sims, they have fuel-injected motors or engines, so you don't have carb heat. But our aircraft, which are older than I am, they do have carb heat, and carb heat does play a role, especially well, in icing conditions, or when you go into the approach. It's one of the checklist items for the approach, so that's why I wanted to have that in the sim as well. Let me quickly just remove all of the chocks and tie downs. Parking brake is set. And then we'll oh, actually, I could remove the pitot stuff as well. Colors remove as well. Fantastic. There we go. So we assume that we've done. No, not tomorrow. Friday, Ghost. Friday. So I'm going to assume that auto check was performed correctly. And I do have a printed out paper checklist that I'm using. Also, I'm using the Sky Demon app. So let me just get my AirPlay up and running so that you guys can see what I'm seeing from time to time at least. So I do want to go and, you know, at least depart somewhat close to the real procedures. I know I'm not going to be able to do that completely because I've already checked the Switzerland AIP and there's so much stuff there. So, you know, if you were to fly here IRL, you would have to really prepare and make sure, you know, you're not coming here unprepared. So this is pretty much the Sky Demon app that I'm using. Hey, Sim Caesar, greetings to you. Caesar, how are you doing? And Caesar, if you're available in June, maybe sometime for a shared flight, I'm planning to do a couple of shared flights in June. Let me know, please. And then I'll be happy to fly with you again. And a big shout out to Sim Caesar, guys. If you don't know him, please check out his channel here on Twitch. So you can see I've connected as well to the sim, which is great. So you have a little app. I think it costs like €5 or something. It's the Microsoft Flight Sim Bridge 2024. And that way you can actually have the aircraft shown up here in real time in the app, which is great. Okay, yeah, Caesar, no worries. So just you know, let me know on Discord, please, and then I'm sure we'll find a date. No worries. I hope you're doing well. Good. Yes, yeah, the idea is that we're going to start up the engine. We're going to taxi out. Brandel already said that we do expect runway 28, which is normally taken for departure as well anyways because of the noise abatement procedures. And then what we're going to try and do is fly a right-hand pattern. And then we're going to join that motorway, or the motorway freeway outbound to the Sierra exit point. And then from there, we will continue to the Sierra exit point out of the control zone. And then we're going to go to Elmham. And Brennelt already said we could climb at least, how much? 9,500 or something?
9,500 we need. There are
okay,
some
so
very high mountains.
That is very high indeed. So, yeah, so we have to go and climb. Right. And like I said, I'll try to do everything according to my checklist here. And I want to do one more thing though. And just want to do more thing here. That's this one here. But so that's cool. Roger. Right, let's have a look at the checklist. So parking brake is set. Pre-flight inspection completed. Passenger and the passenger briefing is completed. Weight and balance is checked. Takeoff performance is also performed. We've got all the documents, papers on board. Emergency equipment is on board. The PDA cover is on board. Tow bar on board. Control lock is removed. And then we've got circuit brakes. All in, checked. Hey Lilo, we get 3 years.
Could new
Crazy.
subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Lilo, thank you so much for the 3 years. I know, right?
3
Crazy.
years already, BB711 beloved.
Thanks so much, and shout out to you, greetings to you. Oh, that reminds me, now that you're here, I'm going to try again to see how our Atmos looks today. Still trying to figure it out. But I did it this afternoon, and it actually did look quite nice. So hopefully, right, let's reset that. Go on. Let's act. There we go. And reset. And let's go AB. There we go. Now that's active. Cool. Cool. Alrighty. So, circuit breakers check. pitot heat is off. Position, landing lights, strobe lights, all are off. Then we have the EFIS PFD off. Avionic power switch is off. Clock. We have an analog clock that we have to wind up. So we don't have that here. Seatbelts fastened, cabin doors. All right, let's call all the cabin doors all closed. It's going to get warm now. That's the cockpit check complete. Right. Reynolds already taxing out. Before starting engine, magnetos off, keys in. Battery alternate switch on. Anti-collision light beacon on. Fuel quantity check. So we got about 3/4. That should be enough for today. Fuel selectors down here is on both. Carb heat cold. Now it's interesting that it doesn't say which is cold and warm, but in should be cold, out should be warm. You'll see that later in the run-up, how the carb heat actually affects the RPM. Lilienthal, wie geht's? Nice to see you. All right, mixture is rich. Now that's the before start checklist complete. Starting engine, primer. All right, it's fairly warm today, so we're going to use 2 squirts of a primer in here. Throttle crack about 0.5 centimeter open. Prop area is clear. And ignition switch start. Right, let's check. Good start. And about 900 to 1000 RPM. Good. If sounds are too loud or so, let me know, please. Then I can adjust those. That's the 777. Yeah, in Sapphire Wave, exactly right. In this is cold, yeah. Good. And that's the starting engine complete. After start, avionic power switch on. EFIS PFD is checked. Now we can quickly check the weather. So we have St. Gallen currently 310 at 5, temperature 25, condition 1021. So I'm going to set the 1021 on here, which is 3018 inches is set. Right, 80s weather. So yeah, we got weather checked, 9 kilometers or 10 kilometers or more, and a few cumulonimbus at 9,000 at the moment, and scattered 10,000 feet. So QNH is set. Com nav now. Normally we would have the com here on ground initially. But since we're not ATC today, I'll leave that open. Yeah, exactly, Sapphire Wave. This is, I wouldn't say 100% exact, but I can show you a picture of the cockpit if you like. And like I said, I try to get it at least, you know, somewhat close to the aircraft that we have. So I'll show you a cockpit picture here. So that's the flight deck. Oh, that's a cockpit that we have. So you can see that we do have electronic from it's called Evolution something. Yeah. I mean, you have to consider the aircraft. This aircraft again I think it was built in 1967 or something. So this is older than I am. It's crazy. So yeah, Garmin.
Yes,
Sorry?
Operated a lot of times.
Yeah, so it does the full checks, the 100-hour checks, etc. So they're very, very stringent on the amount of checks they do. So also these aircraft are pretty much flown by by airline pilots. So so they have somewhat strict rules regarding who's allowed to join the club there, and so hopefully everyone treats that well. Hey Voyager, boy. Yeah, TÜV, 100%. Yeah, you can see that little knob here, that's the carb heat, alright? So you've got the throttle mixture, flap lever. Yeah, and then the fuel gauges, oil pressure, oil temperature. Although the avionics master's up here, interestingly enough. But you can see everything's fairly worn out, right? It's a bit different. But there we go. But somewhat, yeah, pretty similar to that stuff. High society laws, yeah, exactly. Cool. So we've done that. Time from GPS. We would normally set our wind-up clock from the GPS time. I have to find out how to do that, actually. Don't know how to do that yet. GPS nav 3, so make sure that the coding is set on that. And then what I'm going to do is quickly go into flight plan. Let's go to menu. Let's see. So Lima Sierra. Let's see. So these are all things that, I will learn in flying the aircraft element. That's the thing. So we're going to put this to.
Welcome aboard the Captain Blackrock's Twitch channel subscriber.
Hey, Pilot 19, wie
New
geht's?
subscribers, please make your way to the first class cabin.
I'm not going to program the whole route, just the initial waypoint there, so you know roughly where to go outbound. But it's a VFR flight, so.
Hi BB.
Hey, Pilot
As
19.
always, thank you for your streams. Very interesting destinations today.
It is. It should be absolutely beautiful. So Brennell again has used all his knowledge to make sure that we do have a wonderful scenic VFR flight here. And the first thing after engine start is you check the oil pressures in the green. That's really important. It's an Aspen. Okay, Aspen EFD 1000. Thanks, hey, Fish Cup. Yeah, in Fish Cup, another thing. I did find documents regarding FLAM. So it seems like they have their own FLAM system installed there. So it's interesting that you didn't get a readout. So I'll find out on Friday. I'll find out. Good. So let me have a look here. That should be. There we go. Now it's on GPS. Good. And Master Ube, hello. Good. DME. Oh, do we need a DME here? Not really. I mean, it's on, but I don't think DME today. ADF. We don't really need ADF either, but I'll leave that on. Transponder on standby, 7000. Now altimeters are set, checked. Gyro, yeah, gyro's checked. We have strobe lights, nav lights. Yeah, nav lights are on, and we just quickly check the movement of the flaps. Make sure that they are. Whoop. So, hang on. They are out. Out. Put the leg in. Yeah, cool. Yeah, like I said, this is the as in the title. It is a freeware mod, and it allows you to really.
Welcome aboard the Captain Blackrock.
Change the layout for the way you want to see your instruments, right? So for me, the important thing was carb heat, and that I get the Garmin or at least an artificial, not the
Wanna
electronic.
have good old IKO 500 charts so you can show us how proficient you are in reacting it? Ton.
Thank you so much, Pilot Lad. Well, all I want to do, I just don't want to make a complete fool of myself on Friday, that's all. So I want to be a bit prepared, at least know what the checklist is all about, etc. So Pilot, thanks so much for the 40 months. Greetings to you. Hope you're doing well. Good. Right, oil temperature already in the green now. That looks all good. And flap operation checked. After that checklist complete, let's taxi out. We're going to go with the taxi light on. And check all sides clear. And out we go. So brakes released. Taxi forward and immediately check the brakes. Brakes are checked. And then we go check the instruments. Squeeze past that A400. Right, instruments are turning, looking good. And we're going to depart to the west. So let me change the heading.
The thing you need to learn, like, what is to taxi slowly. VFR planes don't ever taxi with 25 knots. Maybe 10. Because brakes are worse and you are tipping over if you are going too fast in the turn.
I think that's probably going to be one of the first things my instructor tells me off for, taxiing too fast. He's going to be busy. He is going to be busy.
I guess you will not use the autopilot at all. Your first lesson, you will do manual flying all the time.
Yes, so the idea is, first of all, that we depart and then do some air work. You know, slow flight, steep turns, that sort of stuff. Yeah. That's the idea. Hey, Lewis. Oh, Pilot, hang on. Let me check. Is that from LOWZ? Let me just check what you got there.
That's an approach blade for LSZR, I think.
Yeah. So I have my Sky Demon with me. So I'm gonna try to do some procedures there. Oh, it's a full. Oh, the ICAO chart. Nice. All right, maybe save that. Thank you very much. Cool. Right, let me. I'm gonna get rid of the nameplates for now. Tags are too fast again. Good. So then, flight controls checked. Now, normally, I don't think it would do that during taxi.
Entered runway 10.
I did not. Oh, there's my checklist. Ah! There's my checklist. All right.
Fox, not so fast, please.
I hear engines behind me. I have a feeling that I'm being chased by a big plane going on.
I saw some real life pictures where a Cessna 172 was followed by a 747.
Yeah. I know what picture you mean.
Care.
Yeah, I know what picture you mean. Yeah, I've seen as well.
Yeah. Don't let you ever chase. So I will enter the runway.
Yeah. Oh, nice charter. So those that are flying along, guys, if you really want to see the real-world VFR entry and pattern procedures for LOWZ, the Pilot Lad has just given a link for that. Very nice. Good. So that aircraft is also doing the run-up. I will do the same. But I have to get my checklist back, guys. Just gonna see the parking brake and then I am going to get my checklist back. It just fell down.
So I will already take off?
Oh yeah, slick one. You know, I've seen that that video. I think most of you have, right? That that collision between the Cessna and the paraglider. What a nightmare, man! Both parties were so lucky to have survived that day. What a scary moment. So crazy. Yeah, I saw that. That was scary. Good. So let's have a look. That was the taxi check is complete. Run-up parking brake is set. Then we've got engine instruments in the green. Now we're going to put the throttle 1700 RPM. All right, I'm going to check the left generator first. Or magneto first, and the max drop is allowed to be 125 RPM. Oh. There it is. So that's about, yeah, pretty much 120 RPM. Or 100 RPM roundabout. Right, here comes the right. Also good 100 110 RPM. And the max difference allowed to be 50 RPM between the two magnetos. Pilots Unite, hello. Yeah, we're just doing it right now. So then, alternator check. Here's the alternator. It's charging. And we have the section is here. About 4.6 units. Looking good. Throttle idle. Make sure the engine doesn't quit. That's good. Back throttle 1000 RPM. That's the run-up completed. Right before takeoff, cabin doors closed and locked. We have magnetos on both. Flaps remain up for takeoff. Trim set for takeoff. Com nav transponder. Right, let's make sure transponder 2 on. Rest is set. Heading is set. GPS is armed. Takeoff departure briefing. Right, so gonna go and do a right-hand departure circuit to join the Sierra routing outbound via the motorway. So exit point Sierra. And we're gonna climb up to 9.5 before being able to cross over the mountains. Hopefully the weather or the cloud base is high enough for that. Otherwise we have to do something else. So in case of any issues before liftoff, we're just going to put full brakes on, stop on the runway. After liftoff, we'll try to land on the remaining runway in case of engine failure, let's say. If we're past the end of the runway, just going to go straight at. Make sure that we cut the engine, do the mayday call, batteries alternate switched off. Good. Then let's go onto the runway. Oh really? Pilot that? Yeah. Do you see that? Those are the things, right? So especially as a foreign pilot, you wouldn't really know that, right? You would read the NOTAMs, etc. You would prepare as good as you can, but in the end, when you get these complaints, right? Fuel pumps. I don't need fuel pumps, but I'm going to put the strobe lights on. Heater heat. Yeah, I'll have that on. So mixture's full rich. So gyros are turning. We've got. Going to check the magnetic heading now.
Entered runway 28.
That's correct. That looks about right. Heater heat's on. Landing light on. We have takeoff time. Oh yeah. Time has started. And that's a takeoff checklist complete. Right, I'm going to go with... yeah, VR is 55 knots. Climb up to about 70, 75 knots. Wind should be from the right. Only light wind from the right there. And then we are ready to go. Let me just get the checklist in here. Fantastic. Right, let's do this. Yo, cam is working. Fantastic. Right. Oof, some bigger clouds coming up. Let's go. Take a very sensitive nose gear as always. Right, we got 2,450 RPM. Airspeed is alive. 40 knots. Here's 55. Pause rate, gear up. Let's trim the aircraft. Yeah, Voyagers, it's a joke. But the thing is, I fear that if I do that with my instructor, he's probably not going to laugh. Okay, so gotta go on a crosswind here. Right, crosswind. Keep climbing. Packs on here. Imagine that. So how come? There's a bit of rain showers to the northeast here. Let's go right downwind. Like I couldn't quite keep up with these.
Restricted area close ahead.
She almost stalled there. Yeah, restricted area. No issue today. Right, I'm going to go and now go to the right. I'm going to follow that motorway now. Here's the motorway. And I'm going to follow that to the Sierra. Hey, eventually hits. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's go try and get that in a minute direct. So the good thing is that with a Cessna 172, the view down is actually quite good. Hey TW, how are you doing? Yeah, not the best kind of weather, to be honest. I'm trying to look at the little canal or river going through here. Hey, Roy. Right, we've exited the CTR, it says here on my Sky Demon. Right, we're already at 4,500. 2,300 RPM. That climb rate is not the best, is it? Oh my god. So apparently, the guy that made the so Rosk, I do appreciate you flying along, but if you could do me the favor, since you're not flying a Cessna 172, try not to fly formation with me, please, because it's very loud. It's a bit annoying, to be honest. So let's
try to maintain 75 knots for best straight climb.
Yeah, I think I have no other option anyway, because
and don't forget to lean your engine.
Even in the climb already?
Yes, of course. The air gets thinner, and so you need less fuel. Otherwise, you have you flood your engine, and you get more power when you're.
Yeah, that's actually simulated very nicely. You see.
Yeah.
So one thing I did forget on the runner was carb heat, because when you when you pull carb heat, the RPM of course drops. Right. The air is heated. Warmer air means less performance. Yeah, that's a good tip, yeah. So mixture, lean, you've got to be careful though with the leaning. Not to lean too much.
So I'm already at 9,500 and the visibility is okay.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I can see some rain showers to the northeast.
I don't have your rain showers, that's weird. But I have live pilot.
What time are you on?
Today at 1750 UTC.
And you're also proceeding straight line to Elman, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So Elman is 37 miles. Yeah, you're right. It does have some bug splatter there, or scratches. I don't know. Could be scratches as well.
Paragliding 4.5 miles ahead.
Well, the thing is, so I don't know what the requirements are for my retraining. Now the thing is this, the aircraft that we're flying are actually IFR rated, so to be honest, I mean, even if GPS fails, I mean, I could still dial in the VORs and navigate that way. Oh. Let's see how the clouds behave. Go back up. Nope. It's not the right thing. Hang on. Not night time.
Weather in Innsbruck is thunderstorm.
Oh. Aye.
Active sky says it.
Okay. We'll see. See if Microsoft does the same. Let's see, can we lean a bit more? Oh yeah, look at that. Just a little bit leaning and you get already a lot higher RPM. Also, one thing I keep forgetting is you have to use rudder here. Manual rudder. So that's the problem with being airline pilot. You're so spoiled regarding yaw dampening. but you've got to keep that in the view as well. Make sure you have coordinated flight, and that changed obviously with different airspeeds. And you only have an elevator trim, right? You don't have aileron trim here, so that's why you have to make sure that you keep the ball centered. The iPad Zulu approach. Yeah, well, I don't know. Good, let's quickly check the... Good, so the first stop that we're going to do is... let's have a look. Innsbruck, yeah. So that is the first landing. Are you guys already there, Jeremiah or Reynolds?
It's not. It's a long way.
Okay.
And the plane is not very fast.
That's true.
100 knots, not the fastest. The TT of Herbert is a lot faster.
Okay. So one thing, so just because it's right on topic, right? Because somebody posted that earlier regarding that that collision between a Cessna and a paraglider, which thankfully everyone survived without any bigger injuries. But right now you can see here, yeah, there's a paraglider area, and it goes up to 10,000 feet. So paragliding, Bregenswald paragliding, surface to 10,000 feet altitude, crazy. Yeah, so Innsbruck, let me have a quick look here. So we can see Innsbruck CTR. And let's see, do we have a VFR routing here? Whiskey 2. Whiskey 1. Yeah, so we would take the Whiskey routing inbound, Whiskey 2, Whiskey 1, Whiskey 2. So it's along the river. And then we can check the weather here in Innsbruck. Wind is 010 at 3, so 08 should be fine. So you can take 08 straight in. Oh yeah, sure. I mean the VSD, so the vertical display here as well. I don't know if I can make that larger. Oh yeah, I can. No. But yeah, you can definitely use that. And you can see the present climb rate. You can see, you know, if you keep that climb rate. You know, if you're going to get over certain areas or not. So it's definitely a good thing. Right, let's lean the engine a bit more. Temperature is looking... Oh, oil temperature is actually pretty high. So that's the thing, right? That's the downside of leaning, right? Wow, they're really sensitive regarding... Level off, so speed up, that's like the low airspeed. So the low airspeed means that there's not allowed enough airflow around the engine. So there's no cowl flaps or anything you can do, right? So It's literally then just increase the airspeed. So let's do that. Let's try and see how that's simulated. All right, let's let's lean the engine a bit more. Get more power, and then let's increase the airspeed. Let's level off here. Rainbow there. Beautiful. Yeah, it does seem to help. Look at that. The temperature's coming down a bit. So that really assimilated quite nicely. I'm impressed. 23 miles to Elmham. And then from Elmham, we've got to find the river for the Whiskey 1 waypoint there. So it seems to me like 8.5 is also good. I'm going to stay here, to be honest. Alright, let's go cruise power then. So we'll reduce the RPM a little bit anyways.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Captain Blackbox infotainment experience. New subscribers should
Hey,
now
Professor
pick up
Sam,
their
wie
past
geht's?
first class. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sam, how you doing?
Hefe, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Glad I could catch a stream. I just got back from France. It's too hot.
Yeah, I saw that. For us, it was hot on Monday, Tuesday, but today it got really nice and cold. Oh yeah, another word. Sorry for. I did announce on the last stream. I did announce that we were going to start a bit earlier and do 2 flights. I totally forgot that I had dance lessons today. So normally we have dance lesson at 3 o'clock, but that's Sundays. Today was the first time that the lesson was on Wednesdays, and then of course it starts at 1800 UTC, 1800 local time. So yeah, totally forgot about that. So yeah. Yeah, so today we did of course Disco Fox, we did Disco Samba. Yeah, Disco Samba. And slow waltz and normal waltz, and with lots of you know, figures and stuff. So yeah, so my daughter, so my older daughter is getting married in August. So yeah, we have to definitely, you know, at least I have to practice. My last trim. I am. Slow descent. Got to start descending here into the valley there. Trying to find out the whiskey routing. Innsbruck. Let's get the chart out for the max altitude. It's hard to see. Right, there's the river. Is it? Hang on. Is that the river? No, it's not the river. Disregard. Oh, we still have to get over the next mountain range, don't we? No, disregard. Can't descend too far. But the oil temperature is okay. Doing okay in the oil temperature. Yeah, whiskey compass for the whiskey routing, yeah. Now it's still 15 miles to Elmham. I'm used to flying airliners, like looking out and you know, you're seeing like 40 miles ahead of you, and you're going to be there in like, you know, 6 minutes. So it's a bit. I've got to get used to that. Let's climb up again. Alrighty, let's check cruise altimeter.
Before Elmem, it's very cloudy.
Okay. Looks okay on my side for now. 14 miles, 15 miles. So, mixture carb heat. Now, the thing is the carb heat. Any of you guys still doing, hey, Iceberg, any of you guys still doing, or flying aircraft with carb heat? Because, I mean, carburetor icing is nasty, isn't it? The other day I saw a video where someone was flying in wintertime at fairly cold temperature, and it was a very clear day, you know, really good visibility, and he thought like, you know, temperature dew point, you know, big spread should be an issue, and it was all clear, never went into clouds, nothing, but he actually got carburetor icing. So that's something I've really got to drill my instructor on. That can be nasty.
Carburetor heat is a very important topic when you're going to descend, because you close your throttle, which will cause a huge low pressure in your carburetor, and this produces a sinking of the temperature, and you can get icing even at 10-15 degrees if you have a high humidity in the air.
Yeah, exactly that. Interesting, on the checklist says descent, mixture, enrich. Enrich doesn't say rich, but enrich. Power as required, carb heat as required, pitot heat as required. Okay, so from the vertical profile, at least here on the Sky Demon, it says we should be okay. So we're on a level of 9.5. I hope we don't get into clouds here. But honestly, man, you know, regarding flying in the Alps, I'm going to delay that until I feel really confident. Having had lots of flying hours up here in northern Germany.
And I can only give you the advice to do some mountain flying courses, because there are some things you need to know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think here in the Alps, especially summertime, I think you can have such, you know, fast changing weather conditions as well.
There's, for example, one thing: you are crossing a mountain ridge, and you only have clearance of, let's say, 300 feet to the mountain ridge, and there is a huge wind. You have a huge tailwind, and this can cause a so strong downdraft that it tracks you in the mountain. So you need to have enough clearance to the mountains, for example.
Yeah, there's so many things, you know, you're unaware of if you're flying, you know, in areas like North Germany, where the terrain is very low. Yeah, food conditions.
Never enter a valley in a climb mode. When you enter valley climb mode and you say, I will continue climbing until the end of the valley and then I pass, this can be very dangerous, because if you cannot do the climbing until end of the mountain, end of the valley, you can't turn around and you crash into the walls.
There was a, I think Blanco Lirio has a couple of videos where it does show, you know, accidents where people crash into mountains. Exactly like just described, Ronald. Let me put should be close to Elmo. Miles to go. There's Elmo. Yeah, Prof. Luke, no worries. Voyager is a long-term member and viewer here. He knows. So. Still leaning a bit more, but I think I'm pretty much. It's still a little bit more power. Interesting. Good. Rightio. And then. Try to find that beautiful valley. So coming from this way, we know from with an airliner, we fly the RMP approach 08, which takes us nicely along the valley. So here, once we are invisible in sight of the valley, and then you can see that that river. Then we have a nice queue to get to Whiskey 1. Okay, Pilot, thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks for the offer. Again, I'm gonna, make sure first of this year I'm just gonna get my flying hours. I get confident with the aircraft, and then maybe next year sometime. Who knows?